Hi, my name's Amanda. I am a coach and a trance channel, and welcome back to my series where I channel beings of light so they can bring forward messages of wisdom and guidance for all of you. Today, Mother Mary is coming through to talk about the concept of fame. She talks about where this desire for fame is really coming from, which underneath it all is a desire to feel seen and understood inside of a lifetime where we don't already, and then how to come to terms with your reality when you don't feel like you're leaving behind the legacy that you really desire to. This is a big theme that I've seen in a lot of my clients and that I've really witnessed inside the spiritual space. And it's something that was very relevant for me at the beginning of my spiritual journey as well. So I hope that you enjoy this message from Mother Mary. And if this is the type of content that you like, click subscribe, stick around, because there's nothing I enjoy more than channeling these beings of light for all of you. And I hope that you enjoy receiving these messages as much as I do.
Hello to all of you. I'm very much looking forward to our conversation today, as it is something that I have desired to speak into for quite some time. I have taken my time in determining when the best moment would be to come forward in this way. And I believe that now is that time because you are ready to hear from me. And I am ready to deliver these messages through this vessel to all of you. Something that I have noticed inside of this community and many communities on this planet is the belief system that you are here to do something in particular and to make an impact with it and from it, and to be recognized as somebody who is capable of doing these things. And I ask of you, why? Why is this something that calls to you when it is not necessary to? Where is this desire to make a large impact truly coming from? And how can you be inside of the realization that not only is it not needed, but in order to expand to the degree you are desiring to, this need is sometimes hindering this process? The desire to feel seen and recognized as someone who is capable of doing great things is coming from a part of you that does not feel whole inside. This little child inside of you is screaming out and saying, I do not feel recognized for my contribution inside of you in your life. And because you are not recognizing me, somebody must. Somebody must recognize that I exist here and that I am valuable inside of who I am. And this inner child is guiding you and telling you that the path laid before you must encompass this along with it. That at some point in time, you must have a great impact on those around you so that this innocent little child can feel loved by them. Because ultimately, that's what it's seeking, is to feel loved, to feel admired, to feel something other than regret. Regret for a lifetime that did not live up to expectations, and to sit inside of the guilt associated with living, never having realized what you're capable of inside of it. And this desire to do away with these feelings of shame, create this longing for something to be recognized for. Let me ask you, Does the recognition of other people really determine how you feel about you? Or is this simply a belief system that you have been operating with because you've never experienced what true recognition feels like? And so you are seeking it out innocently in a way that you did not realize where it was coming from. And I am not saying that it is wrong to desire admiration from those around you. I'm simply pointing out the sheer fact of the matter, which is that it is not needed. Any type of need inside of a lifetime comes from a part of you that it is not feeling recognized inside of you. And this need for this is coming from a place of shame. Another person cannot give you a feeling of validation if you do not already feel worthy of it. No amount of praise is going to fill that gap for you. And sometimes this is simply something that you can't come to terms with until you are on the other side of it, receiving the gratitude and not quite knowing how to take it in. And some of you will know exactly to what I speak, and some of you will not. But I ask this of you: how can you recognize the child inside of you calling out for more and seeing it for what it is? The part of you that does not feel worthy of the love you desire to feel for it, for you. And how can you begin shifting that relationship? How can you embrace you now, where you are expecting to be able to when another validates that it's time to? How can you see that the love that you're desiring to feel from the world outside of you is mirroring back to you the lack that you feel that is already there? And how can you see that it is this small part of you that is buying into the illusion of lack that is dictating this journey for you, not the spiritual journey of enlightenment that you are being led to believe is the one that you are on at this moment, but a journey of finding recognition for the path that you are traveling down because you cannot give it to you yet. This is going to feel challenging for many of you to hear, which is why I have held back from delivering this message until now. But a lot of the time, the spiritual journey is not one of enlightenment in quite the way that you have been led to believe it is, but it is simply one of the inner child desiring to feel loved where it does not know how to grant it freely yet. And ultimately, you are searching for something that you believe you are going to find, and that somewhere along this path, when you find it, you are going to open up to it. And this is going to grant you all the fame and fortune that you have been longing for because you have not known how to offer it freely. And for the first time, you are being guided there where you have felt alone up until now, that the gurus in your life will lead you down the right path, where at the end of it, you will finally be able to feel the love that you have been searching for and be at peace inside of that experience for once. The journey is not out there, my children. The journey lies inside of you, towards the parts of you that are not yet ready to feel embraced. Because ultimately, that is what you're seeking. You are seeking you embodied. You already are embodied. You just do not feel this way yet. And ultimately, what you are searching for is a different way of being inside of who you are, one that feels more easily loved, lovable, and embraced. When you are ready to embrace this version of you now, ultimately the journey will come to its conclusion for you because there will be nothing left to search for, seek out, or determine for you. What will be possible for you inside of a lifetime where there is nothing left to uncover? When you can lay down all of your weapons, take a big deep breath and say, I am whole. How can I express this through me? What truly calls to me that invigorates me in a way that nothing has until now because I have been so preoccupied with how it will seem to those around me? I desire for you to know that there are so many choices inside of a lifetime, endless ones. And when you can truly embrace this fact, you will see that there is not one path for you. There are simply different experiences of you depending on the path that you choose. And if ultimately what you are seeking is love, the path towards love is in you. There is no destination that's going to take you there. There is no job. There's no relationship. There's no destination on the planet that will provide that feeling for you if you are not ready, willing, and able to open up to it fully. I desire for you to know that the love that I brought through me in my lifetime was a manifestation of the love that I was looking to feel for me. And I was being shown how when I didn't know how. And this is the message that I desire to relay to you. The love you desire to feel is birthed from you. And when you can give birth to the love you desire to feel, it will be channeled through you from the divine itself. And you will become one with it in the way you've always desired to feel one with something greater than you. But it is not going to happen through the eyes of those around you. It's going to happen through your own. The recognition that you are already in deserving of it. And you are already the channel that you are looking to embody. And ultimately, that is the gift that I'm here to grant you today. The birth of the experience that you are desiring in this lifetime comes from your ability to create it from within you and then without. I love you, and it is my deepest desire that you do too. I desire to add one more thing today. Thank you so much for inviting me forward. It is Goddess Devi here. I wanted to add my perspective to this conversation because I believe that I have something valuable to add. What I desire for you to know is that above all else, the impact that you will make inside of a lifetime will be your own. Because when you leave here, what will be taken with you are the memories of you inside of your experience. And those that you leave behind will not think twice about the impact that you made on their lives, but rather the impact that they've made on yours. Because ultimately, that is how we operate inside of our human existence. We're always seeing things through our own lens and wondering, how can I be inside of this experience? What can I contribute to this? And what am I learning from it? And the same goes for you when you leave this place. Therefore, what I desire to ask of you in this moment is, how can I make the most of my experience of me, regardless of what those outside of me feel about it, but how I desire to experience it? And from that place, do with it what you will, but the experience may be different depending on how you feel inside of it. Love does not conquer all. Love embodies all when it is allowed to be there. And when it is not, the emptiness that is felt is simply a byproduct of the perception that you are not yet fully evolved enough to realize it. And ultimately, this is what you are here to do, is be inside of the experience, succumbing to the illusion of who you believe yourself to be, witnessing the dichotomy inside of that experience, and then choosing something different in order to have that experience too. If you know what it is like to receive love from those around you, then you know what it is like to feel it inside of you. But giving it to you freely is the next step. Because if you cannot even do that, then it doesn't not matter what you are searching for and where that leads you, because it will always feel the same way in the end. Thank you.